We are live, sir.
Hari Om, Namaste to all. Prostrating at the lotus feet of Brahmanishta Sadguru, Shrotriya Sadguru Swami Virajeshwara, Saraswati, and the entire Guru Parampara on behalf of all of us. Today's discourse on the Viveka Chudamani will continue. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Mahasaraswatyai Namaha Sadashivasamarambham Sri Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutravashya Krudau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranadosmiham Om Nama Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya Hari Om. In these set of shlokas, verses, Acharya Shankara Bhagavatpada is dealing with the attributes of a Paramajnani, a Brahmajnani, who is called as a Jivan Mukta, as per the Acharya's definition. He is giving out the Lakshanas of Jivan Mukta here. And last time it was stopped at shloka number, verse number 427 last time. And shloka number 428, today's discourse will continue. To continue the same aspect with the different elaborate points, the next shloka Acharya says to his disciple, who is called as a Jivan Mukta. He goes on giving out all the detailed explanations of that. Lina dhirapi jagarti yo jagrat dharma varchitaha bodho nirvasano yasya sa jivan mukta ishyate. Lina dhirapi jagarti yo jagrat dharma varchitaha bodho nirvasano yasya sa jivan mukta ishyate. ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾವ ಯತಿ, ಯಾವ ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷ ತನ್ನ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯ ವೃತ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತನ್ನ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಯುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಸಹಿತವಾಗಿ ನಾಶವಾದಂತಹ ಆ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ, ಶುದ್ಧವಾದ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯನ್ನು ಸಹ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಐಕ್ಯಗೊಳಿಸಿ, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಲಯಗೊಳಿಸಿ, ಜಾಗೃತ್ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಧರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಮೀರಿ ಜಾಗೃತ್ ಧರ್ಮಗಳಿಂದ ಬಿಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟು ಯಾರು ಎಚ್ಚೆತ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೋ, ಯಾರ ಜ್ಞಾನ ವಾಸನಾರಹಿತವಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅಂತವನು ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತ ಎಂದು ಕರೆಯಲ್ಪಡುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಶ್ಲೋಕ, the keywords again, the last line, Sah Jivan Mukta Ishyate. Such a yogi is called Jivan Mukta, who, Acharya says, Lina Dhirapi Jagarti Yo Jagrat Dharma Varjitaha. The one, such a yogi, such a Dhira, such a Parama Purusha, who is fully awake and his mind, purest of the pure, Vishuddha Sattva mind, along with the buddhi, intellect, is totally merged in the Brahmapadartha, merged in the self, his own self, Pratyekatma. With the mind and the buddhi, Antakarana Vritti, completely merged in the self, in the Pratyekatma, in the Parabrahma Vastu, such a person, Jagrat Dharma Varjitaha, even though he is awake in the waking world, behaving and moving in the waking world, just like any other normal person. but he is devoid of all the characters and lakshanas of the waking world. Even though all the five indriyas are working, he appears to be awakened like you and me in the waking state. He moves around and talks around, sits around and reacts to any situation like you and me, but he is devoid of all the attributes of this waking state. Jagrat dharma varjitah bodho nirvasano yasya bodha nirvasanaha sajivan mukta ishyate, Acharya. And his jnana is nirvasanaha. He is number one, he is not affected by the worldly influences. Number one, Jagrat Dharma Varjitaha means he is totally not influenced by the worldly activities or worldly life. Number two, Yasya Bodhaha Nirvasanaha. And his awareness, his knowledge, his jnana is totally free from any type of desires, vasana. So that is such a yogi is referred as Jivan. That is how Acharya continues. Same point, same thing with different attributes. In the next sloka, Acharya takes up. Shanta samsara kalanaha kalavanapi nishkalaha yasachittopi nishchittaha sajivan mukta ishyate. Shanta samsara kalanaha kalavan api nishkalaha yah sachittopi nishchittaha sajivan mukta ishyate. Such a person, saha jivan mukta ishyate. Such a Mahatman is referred, is called as Jivan Mukta, who ಮುಂದಿನ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಶಾಂತ ಸಂಸಾರ ಕಲನಃ ಕಲಾವಾನ್ ಅಪಿ ನಿಷ್ಕಲಃ. ಸಂಸಾರದ ಚಿಂತೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಕಲಾವಾನ್ ಅಪಿ ನಿಷ್ಕಲಃ, ಅವಯವಗಳು ಇದ್ದರೂ ಸಹ ಅವುಗಳು ಅವಯವ ರಹಿತನಾಗಿರುವಂತೆ ತೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೋ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳಿದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಅವುಗಳಿಂದ ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ತೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೋ, ಚಿತ್ತವುಳ್ಳವನಾಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಸಹ ಚಿತ್ತವಿಲ್ಲದಿರುವಂತೆ ಇದ್ದಾನೆಯೋ ಅಂಥವನು ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತ. ಕಲಾವಾನಪಿ ನಿಷ್ಕಲಃ ಸಚಿತ್ತೋಪಿ ನಿಶ್ಚಿತ್ತಃ. ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಭಾರತಿ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ತಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನದಲ್ಲಿ. ಕಲಾವಾನಪಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಪ್ರಶ್ನೋಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ, ಮುಂಡಕೋಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೋಪನಿಷತ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಅದೇ ವಿಷಯ ಬಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಾವಾನ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 16 ಕಲೆಗಳಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದಂತಹ ಪುರುಷ ಅಂತ. ಕಲಾವಾನ್ ಅಪಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 16 ಕಲೆಗಳಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪುರುಷ. 16 ಕಲೆಗಳಿದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ನಿಷ್ಕಲಹ, ಆ 16 ಕಲೆಗಳಿದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಆತ ನಿಷ್ಕಲನಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕ what Acharya says, Shanta samsara kalanaha kalavanapi nishkalaha. Though he is in the world, though he is in the samsara, all his vasanas are still. Shanta samsara kalanaha. His desires, his vasanas, his mind totally stilled. No more expectation, no more aspiration. He is beyond of all types of desire that I want to have this, I want to possess this, I want this, I want that. Nothing of that sort. Everything he knows. He is that Atmaswarupa himself, where the desires have gone. So So he is a desireless person. So he is referred by Acharya as Shanta Samsara Kalana, Kalavana Pinishkalaha. Now, Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal, while giving Vyakhyan on this, commentary on this point, he says, Kalavana Pinishkalaha, even though he is with Kalas, he is still Nishkala. In one sense, Kala refers to your body parts, Indriyas. Even though, like you and me, a Jnani has got all the body parts, he is full of body parts, organs, sense organs, he is still devoid of the body parts. Kalavan apinishkalaha, devoid of all the sense organs. Devoid of the body parts means this is Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas, 5 plus 5. 5 Jnanendriyas plus 5 Karmendriyas. They are under his control. They are not projected outside to react to the world as the way we react, we behave, we show our behavior in the world. He is no more connected in that sense. This is one point. The second point, Acharya Sri Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal, Jagat Guru, writes on this point in his Vyakhana on Viveka Chudamani, that is, Kalavan api nishkalaha, a Jivan Mukta, even though he is Kalavan, yet he is Nishkalaha. So here, the Kala word refers to the 16 different Kalas, attributes. Kala refers to attributes present in the body, shown by the body, the way the body reacts. There are 16 methods, 16 varieties of Kalas. All of us, see, there are 16 Kalas actually. And a Jnani, even though he has got all the 16 Kalas, but still he is devoid of those Kalas. These points are well documented in Prashnopanishad. Mahaswami writes here. So what are the 16 Kalas? Kalavan. A person is called Kalavan when he is endowed with all the 16 qualities, because everyone will not be endowed with that. All the 16 qualities. So what are the 16 qualities? Fully represented in an exalted personality. The Upanishad says these 16 kalas are Prajna, Shraddha, Adarsha, Vinaya, Jyoti, Apaha means Jala, Prithvi, Indriya, Manaha, Anna, Virya, Tapas, Mantraha, Karma, Loka, and finally Nam, the name. These are the 16. We are not going into the details of that. Mahaswami is hinting that point here. So the other way of interpretation to the Acharya's this shloka is Kalavana Pinishkalaha, means even though the Yati is endowed with all the 16 kalas, but he is still devoid of those kalas. Nishkalaha, he doesn't represent, he doesn't exhibit, he is not enamored by all those attributes at all in his life. He remains simply steadfast in his total Vilakshana Ananda, immersed in that Brahmananda state once he is in that reveling mode of Atmananda, because he has already experienced himself that he is no more this body, no more the body-mind complex which exhibit all these attributes. He is beyond all these attributes and upadhis. That is why Kalavanapi Nishkalaha, even though he is endowed with kalas, but he is still Nishkalaha. He is devoid of the kalas. Yasachittopi Nishchittaha, even though he has got the mind complex, mind with chitta, mana and chitta, along with buddhi and aham. So even though the mind is there, the mind is so stilled and purified, it is already vasana kshaya, manolaya, manonasha already occurred in a jnani. So even though technically what Acharya says, sachittaha api nishchittaha, even though he is endowed with the mind, but he is still devoid of the mind. Devoid of the mind, chitta, complexities, the influences of the mind and chitta is beyond all those things. So that is the point Acharya has mentioned. Next shloka. Vartamanepi dehesmin chayavat anuvartini ahamta mamata abhavo jivan muktasya lakshanam. Now, jivan muktasya lakshanam, key words in the shloka. What Acharya means, this is the lakshana of jivan mukta. This is the mark of jivan mukta. ಮುಂದಿನ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ವರ್ತಮಾನೇಪಿ ದೇಹಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಛಾಯಾತ್ವತ್ ಅನುವರ್ತಿನಿ ಅಹಂತಾ ಮಮತಾ ಅಭಾವಃ ಯಹ ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಸ್ಯ ಲಕ್ಷಣ. ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತನ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ದೇಹ, ಈ ಶರೀರ, ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶರೀರ, ಜನನ ಆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಯುಷ್ಯ ಇರುವವರೆಗೂ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಶರೀರ ನೆರಳಿನ ಹಾಗೆ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಶರೀರದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೊಂದಾಣಿಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ತಾನು ಶರೀರ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವದಿಂದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನೆರಳಿನ ಹಾಗೆ ಶರೀರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಆ ಶರೀರ ಅಭಿಮಾನದಿಂದ ಬಿಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟವನಾಗಿ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಮಮಕಾರಗಳಿಂದ ವರ್ಜಿತನಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ. So this is it appears very simple, very difficult to again understand, difficult again to practice in our life. What Acharya says here, vartamanepi dehesmin chayavat anuvartini ahamta mamata abhava jivan muktasya lakshana. What is the mark of jivan mukta? Acharya says, even though Vartamanepi dehesmin chayavat anuvartini, even though this body, this sharira is there, a jnani, a jivan mukta will not look upon the body as mine. He considers himself totally different from the body. He knows that he is no more this body complex, body-mind complex. He looks upon his own body-mind complex as something, a matter, something not really connected with him. Though it is there as per prarabdha till the last breath, Jnani knows that the body is there. So he knows that it is there like a shadow. It is like a shadow, it is there. The body follows him like a shadow till the last breath, when the prarabdha is over of the body. So when the prarabdha of the body is over, the Jnani knows the body will fall. So he is no more attached, no more connected. While living still in the body, he is no more, he is totally detached. And because of that, ahamta mamata abhavaha sa jivan muktasya lakshana. And he is devoid of ahankara and mamakara. Ahamta mamata abhavaha. Ahamta means the ego complex. Me complex. Me, I am so and so. That ego, that I-ness, ahankara. So he is devoid of ahankara, sharirabhimana, and also he is devoid of mamata abhavaha, mamakara, mine. How many times all Mahatmans have said same points again and again for our benefit. Acharya has made this point 1200 years before so clear. A jnani is beyond this ego complex, and this attachment of mind. So me and mine, these concepts is totally divided. He is divided. What is mamakara? So there is a difference. All of us ajnanis, we attribute our life existence on these two facts, that I am so and so, number one. Then only these things are mine. These things, these objects, this particular insentient object, this wealth, this property, it is mine. And these people are mine. So always, till the last breath, we are completely immersed. We are covered. We are shackled in this attribute of mamakar. Mine, mine, mine. This is mine. They are mine. These people are mine. Others are not mine. So I am more connected, more attached, and more attached for the sake of my own people, my kids and kins, my family members. All the time, whole of the life, till the last breath, we always strive hard because we are caught up in the field. Me and mine. I am so and so, number one, ahankara. Then these people are mine. That is mamaka. So these two things always operate in our life. So this is because of the Maya. Since we are not Jivan Muktas, since we are still Ajnanis, since we are not Jnanis, the Jnana has never dawned yet. So we are caught up in this feeling of me and mine complex. And all the troubles of our life are due to these two factors. And these two factors, me and mine, again will lead us to reincarnate, to get another birth after the death of the body. Again, we are caught up in this cycle of birth and death. So we are reborn again to fulfill all the obligations which are unfulfilled in this birth and the previous. So we carry the baggage of karmas all the time on our back. The Sukshma Sharira carries the baggage of karmas we have done, and we have to face the music. We have to experience the fruits of the karmas, what we have done. So there is again and again rebirth and rebirth and rebirth. So we are continuously, we are born and reborn. So death and rebirth goes on and on infinitely. Nobody knows. Till at what point? We don't know. Only by the grace of God, Ishvara, in one future birth, if because of the good deeds we come across a jnani, a Sadguru who shows the way, who holds our hand, leads us in the path of sadhana and spirituality, and shows the way with all mercy and compassion and love. And then only when we follow the footsteps of what the jnani, Sadguru has said, then there is a possibility in some future birth that we may be elevated, we may enter into this field of spirituality at the highest level, and the jnana may dawn at that time. In one specific future birth, we don't know. We don't know when. We don't know how many more births are there. That is why all Mahatmans continuously tell this point, that this human birth itself is so precious. We don't know when we again get this human birth. Nobody knows. Nobody can tell you. Nobody can watch for that. So this is the time. Our Gurudev always used to say this. Don't say that you cannot do the sadhana now. Don't ever have that feeling. Always be positive. Start from today itself. It is never late. My Gurudev used to always tell this point. Never it is late. Start from today. Start now. Engage yourself in sadhana. Put your mind towards God. Do the Nama Japa. Do the meditation. We don't know when the death will snatch you. You yourself don't know when you are going to die, today or tomorrow. You cannot say that you are going to live for 100 years. Though you want, you wish, you want to live, but who can vouch for? In the heart of the heart, you know that you cannot live for 100 years. Our Gurudev always used to hammer this. Think that you may die tomorrow itself. Think that you may die today itself. It is not from the melancholic point Gurudev used to hammer this. He used to say that you should be practical in your approach towards the sense of death. Only if you are practical, too practical, to remember that today or tomorrow, death will knock the door and your body has to yield. So remember that. If you remember that, then automatically you start doing sadhana. Now there is nothing like late. Nothing like late. Start earnestly now. This is what all Mahatmans have said in their life. My Gurudev also used to say the same thing. Start now. So there is a point here to remember. Next shloka. Atita ananusandhanam bhavishyat avicharanam audasinyapi prapte jivan muktasya lakshanam. Atita ananusandhanam bhavishyat avicharanam audasinyapi prapte jivan muktasya lakshanam. Again, jivan muktana lakshana yenappa antandre atita ananusandhanam bhavishyat avicharanam. Atita, ಭೂತಕಾಲ ಕಳೆದು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು. ಕಳೆದು ಹೋದ ಭೂತಕಾಲದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನೆನೆಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಗೆ ತರದೇ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಭವಿಷ್ಯತ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಳೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಮುಂದೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅತೀತ ಅನನುಸಂಧಾನಂ ಭವಿಷ್ಯತ್ ಅವಿಚಾರಣಂ. ಕಳೆದು ಹೋದ ಭೂತಕಾಲದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲಿ, ಮುಂದೆ ಬರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭವಿಷ್ಯತ್ ಕಾಲ ನಾಳೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯಮಪಿ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತೆ ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಸ್ಯ ಲಕ್ಷಣಂ. ಈಗ ಬಂದಿರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯಮಪಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉದಾಸೀನಾಗಿ ಬಂದದ್ದನ್ನ ಬಂದ ಹಾಗೇ ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತವಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದು ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತನ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಅಂತ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So in this shloka, it is very, very one pertinent point Acharya is dealing here. Atita ananusandhanam bhavishyat avicharanam audasinyapi prapte jivanmuktasya lakshana. So three things Acharya is saying. Atita ananusandhanam. Not brooding over the past. Not recollecting and thinking about the past events in our life. That's what we do. Most of us, we do that. And we are always, we become restless. We become tension-filled. Our BP always rises. Our mind is always restless. Always full of tension. Always suffering is there. There is always mental suffering. Why? Because we always brood over the past. We think of the past events. So a jnani, a jivan mukta acharya, he will never brood. He will never recollect, he never thinks of the past events, past life. Never. Atita ananusandhana. Bhavishyat avicharanam. Bhavishyat avicharanam. And he never bothers about the future. We always bother. We always bother. See, most beautiful point, Acharya. The difference between a jnani and ourselves. Difference between a jnani and ourselves. What is the difference? We always think of the past and we always think of the future. Oh, what is going to happen tomorrow? What is bound to happen tomorrow is our basic questioning attributes in our mind, and that reflects in our activities, day-to-day activities. And again, we are perturbed, we are disturbed, we become restless, we start suffering. Oh, what is going to happen tomorrow? What is going to happen tomorrow? How is my life? How is my career going to end? How my education goes on? What type of job I will get? Financially, what is my position? What about my marital status? What about my children, their career, my wealth, my profit, my lifestyle? Do I possess a lot of wealth? Do I make myself easy living? All these questions. Nobody, you and me, nobody is devoid of these things. We always think of the future. What is to happen? How I should conduct myself? How I should lead my life? See, what Acharya is telling here. A jnani is beyond this time-space continuum. This definition of time, past, present, and future, is beyond. He is always living in the present. He is reveling in the present. He is reveling in Vartamana state, the existing state. This cannot be compared, cannot be understood by a ajnani, a normal person. So till the last moment of the realization, the mind always is restless about the past and the future. Past and the future. Please understand the difference. A normal person always thinks about the future. He always recollects the mistakes of the past. I should have done in this way, much better way. I did in a different way. So that led to all the trouble. Because he's always selfish. Always selfish. He is planning, he is thinking only from his angle only, not from the other's angle. So everyone becomes restless, totally suffers. So suffering continues because he lives both in the past and the future. Most of the time, see, past and future will be rolling out in his mind, dancing in his mind. In that way, he forgets to live peacefully in the present. What is the present? Present is, I am Atmaswarupa. I am devoid of the body, mind complex. I am no more associated with the body, mind complex. All these attributes are connected with the mind. Mind is playing the trick. Let the body take its own course. Let the mind and the body do what is best. But I am not connected with that. I should remain balanced. See, these are the points well said, but difficult to understand, difficult to follow, difficult to experience. Till the God's grace or Guru's grace falls on the individual. So till the jnana dawns in, all these things are there in our life. So that is why internally, totally turmoil and restlessness. Always there, always there, always there. And what Acharya says, Audasinyam prapte. So even whatever you get today, a Jivan Mukta remains Audasinya. Audasinyam. Prapte api Audasinyam means whatever he gets now, in the present, he remains even indifferent to that without expecting more. That means what? Audasinyamai parapte jivan muktasya lakshanam. A jnani, neither he thinks of the past, broods over the past, nor he thinks of the future, what is going to happen tomorrow. Where do I get my food tomorrow? Who will provide me the food tomorrow? Who will provide me the shelter tomorrow? He is not bothered. He knows. The universal consciousness, the supreme Mahachaitanya is there everywhere, Nirakara, Nirvishesha, Nirvikalpa, Parabrahma Vastu, and he is nothing but that only. So there is no second, there is no duality here. So he is totally unconcerned. That is why he is not bothered. Who will provide me food tomorrow? Who will provide me shelter tomorrow? Who will provide me dress tomorrow? Who will provide me all my basic needs tomorrow? Where is the money? All these questions of tomorrow, future, will never arise in the mind of a Jivan Mukta. And whatever comes to him today, he accepts with a sense of indifference. Audasinyam prapte. Prapte audasinyam. Prapte api audasinyam means whatever he obtains, he gets today, even there he is indifferent. Means he will not feel elated, nor he will feel sorry. A morsel of food some devotee offers out of sheer devotion. It is a rare thing to serve a Jivan Mukta, Mahajna. So people are plenty, devotees are there, disciples are there, they rush towards and bring something and offer at the feet of the Sadguru, Jivan Mukta. So whatever with love and affection they offer, he will eat a morsel of food. He is not even bothered which food. There is no question of liking or disliking. Whatever food is offered, he will just eat. That too, a limited quality, not that everything offered to him he will eat. He will just redistribute it. I have seen all Mahatmas, they eat so little, the rest of it they redistribute to among the devotees, among the disciples. Nothing they keep for them for tomorrow. Nothing they keep for today evening. What has come today, they will just accept little bit, the food, rest of it, they redistribute to others. They don't keep it with them at all. This is the mark of a Jivan Mukta, a Jnani. I have seen personally. They are all personal witness to all such happenings. In the case of my Gurudev, one small example, people used to come always and offer varieties of fruits and varieties of food items, clothes and this thing, that thing. So many things. Every day used to be there. And he used to redistribute all those things to others. He never used to keep anything with him for tomorrow. All that he used to eat is just 1 or 2 spoonful, a morsel of food per day. That's all. That's all. Whatever prepared by a devotee, a little food he used to eat with a boiled rice, boiled, and with some khichdi, some sabji. That's all he used to eat. And 1 or 2 fruits. That's all. Rest of the fruits, people used to offer so much, and he used to redistribute among others, all devotees. So that is what? Audasinyamapi prapte. So whatever comes to him in the present, even there a jnani remains indifferent. That is a mark of Jivan Mukta, Acharya. Atita Ananusandhanam Avishyat Avicharanam Audasinyamapi Prapte Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam. Next shloka. Gunadosha Vishtesmin Swabhavena Vilakshane Sarvatra Samadarshitvam Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam. Gunadosha Vishishte Asmin Swabhavena Vilakshane Sarvatra Samadarshitvam Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam. Before we go into the shloka,
Can
okay. Now there was the internet snap.
Yes, sir.
The connection snap. That was the problem. I don't know. So I was telling about a digression here before we go to the next shloka. That is, a point came that last time there was a reference from my side on Sri Sadashiva Brahmendra Yativaranya, a rare of the rare Brahmavid Varishtha Avadhuta Jivan Mukta, who entered into Sajiva Samadhi in Nerur village on the banks of Kaveri, a small village called Nerur. That village is near the famous industrial town called Karur in Tamil Nadu. So I was talking about Sri Sadashiva Brahmendra. And what I remember now was, as the 33rd Pontiff Ph.D. Jagadguru Shankaracharya of Sringeri, 33rd Ph.D. Sri Shivabhinava Satchidananda Nrsimha Bharati Mahaswamigal, when he first time entered in that area, he did not know about the Samadhi of Sri Sadashiva Brahmendra. So when he was coming near Nerur, last time it was told, and because of the divine influence, the point he stopped there, and ultimately he went near the Samadhi in the forest area, in that small obscure village which is on the banks of Kaveri river, and he stayed there for 3 days, 3 full days and nights in front of the Samadhi, from where the Bilva, sacred Bilva tree has emerged. The sacred Bilva tree representing Sadashiva Brahmendra Mahaswami himself. And on the 3rd night, Jagadguru of Sringeri had full conversation with Sri Sadashiva Brahmendra, who appeared in flesh and blood in front of Jagadguru. All those things I had recollected last time. And after that, Jagadguru himself, impromptu, he wrote nearly 45 shlokas praising Sadashiva Brahmendra Mahaswamigal, Avadhuta Shikamani. And those precious 45 shlokas are compiled by Jagadguru Shankaracharya of Sringeri Sri Sachidananda Shiva Vinava Nrsimha Bharati Mahaswamigal under the heading as Sadashivendra Stava. Sri Sadashivendra Stava. 45 shlokas praising Sri Sadashiva Brahmendra. In the only, all these things I never knew personally, but it so happened that in the year 2000, in the month of March, in the year 2000, when I had just gone to pay my respects and darshan to Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, Sri Abhinava Shankara Bharati Mahaswamigal, Ph.D. of Avani Shankara Mat Samsthanam in Bangalore in the year 2000. The Jagat Guru of Avani Sringeri Samsthanam, with all divine love, he presented the small treatise, the book written in Kannada, published on behalf of the Avani Shankara Mat Mahasamsthanam, and that copy he presented himself to me through his own hands, where he said that just 2 days prior of my visit to him, he returned from Nerur. He returned from Nerur. And he explained about the Jagat Guru of Avani Shankara Mat, explained to me about the importance of Sri Sadashiva Brahmendra, and he gave this book. I think you can see this. The simplest life history in Kannada language, written by Sri S. Shambhat. Write-ups, very short book that was given to me on the year 2000 as a personal copy. Now, I showed this. I am showing this because you see there is a black rough sketch of a human figure. A shady black sketch of a human figure standing. The interesting point is, after Sri Sadashiva Brahmendra appeared in flesh and blood in the Bilva, sacred Bilva tree from the Sajiva Adhishthanam in Nerur, how he appeared? He was totally naked in Avaduta state, devoid of clothes, with Ajanabahu, with long hands, with a short beard and mustache, with a short hair on the scalp. He appeared and talked face to face with Sri Sachidananda Shiva Vinava Nrsimha Bharati Mahaswamigal, 33rd Pontiff, Jagat Guru of Sringeri. And Jagat Guru of Sringeri, after that, he wrote this sketch, what I showed now. He wrote himself the sketch of Sadashiva Brahmendra, how he appeared as a long-standing personality in flesh and blood. And that is a famous picture in black and white shade, Now, even today, it is revered, it is kept there in Nerur. In the year 2000, when I got this book from Avani Shankaramat Jagadguru personally himself, then he blessed me. And when I talked to my Gurudev was also pleased, and he said, you must pay respects to Nerur. Go and pay respects to such great Jivan Mukta. So by the grace of all Mahatmans, by the grace of my Jagadguru, by the grace of my Gurudev, ultimately I was able to visit Nerur and stay there. Very interesting coincidence was, all these things I did not know earlier. Avani Shankaramat Jagadguru had told me one point that if you go to Nerur, ask the pontiff, the Archaka there, Pradhana Archaka, who does all the puja there at Nerur, in the Adhishthanam of Sadashiva Brahmendra, Jiva Samadhi, specifically to conduct Omkara Sahasranama Patana. Because Omkara Sahasranama Patana is the rarest of the rare. Nobody will do it normally. And you request him and he may do it. You know, the Sahasranama, 1,000 names of God, this Omkara Sahasranama I had not heard. And a Xeroxed copy of that book of Omkara Sahasranama was given to me by Avani Shankaramat Jagadguru himself. And with all reverence, I took it. And by the grace of Sadguru, when we visited after 3 years, Nerur, what I found was another astonishing thing. The Pradhana Archaka, who does all the puja there to the Bilva tree, the Adhishthanam of Sajiva Samadhi of Sadashiva Brahmendra, he happened to be from Karnataka only. I did not know that. He said, for the last 2 generations we are here, we are offering the puja, and he stays in a small agraharam in that village, in the Nerur village, in a small house with his family. And when I told him that Jagadguru, Avani Shankara Mat Jagadguru has asked me to come over here and request you to conduct Omkara Sahasranama Puja at the feet of Sadashiva Brahmendra Mahaswamigal, he was so overwhelmed and he was kind enough to chant and do the puja with Omkara Sahasranama, a rare of the rare thing. And he said normally he will not do it. Normal Ashtottara puja he will do when devotees come, and he will do a Mangalarti, that's all. So he told me to go and have a bath and sing a Kaveri river and come back. And with the family, I went and we had a bath. I did my morning Sandhyavandanam there itself and then came back immediately. And Omkara Sahasranama Patana was done, was conducted at the holy feet of Sadashiva Brahmendra by that Pradhana Archaka. That was a good fortune on us. A good fortune. So these are the small things. How the grace works, we don't know. And we were overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. If I had to say all these things, a lot of time will take. So I'll stop here on that aspect. So how Mahatmans, Avadutas behave and how they grace you and how it happens, nobody can say. Nobody can pinpoint. So we come to the shloka. Gunadosha vishishtesmin swabhavena vilakshane sarvatra samadarshitvam jivan muktasya lakshanam. Gunadosha vishishte asmin swabhavena vilakshane sarvatra ಗುಣದೋಷಗಳಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸ್ವಭಾವದಿಂದಲೇ ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಈ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ಸಂಸಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸಂಸಾರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸಂಸಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಸಮಾನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನೋಡೋದು, ಸಮಾನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನ್ನ ವೀಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತನ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಂಸಾರದಿಂದ ಪ್ರಭಾವಿತನಾಗದೆ ಸಮಾನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಹೊಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥವನು ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತ ಅಂತ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ in this shloka, gunadosha vishishtesmin swabhavena vilakshane sarvatra samadarshitvam jivan muktasya lakshanam. Looking upon everything in this world full of diversity, gunadosha vishishtaha asmin swabhavena vilakshane, asmin jagati swabhavena vilakshane. In this world, everything is full of varieties of differences, varieties. And with all such differences, seeing everything with an equal eye, all of the world, which by itself is very peculiar by nature, and it is endowed with good and evil qualities. With all that, still looking upon this whole world with an equal eye. Sarvatra samadarshitvam jivan muktasya lakshanam. So that is a mark of a jivan mukta. Mark of a jivan mukta. There is a diversity, profuse diversity, good and bad. People who are good, people who are bad. People with good qualities, people with bad qualities. So normally we hate somebody, we love somebody. According to our calculations, we live. But a jnani doesn't show all such duality. Neither he hates anyone, nor he likes anyone. There are good people, there are bad people, but for a jnani, internally, all are one only. He looks upon everyone as one only. A jnani behaves like a samadarshi. Sarvatra samadarshitvam jivan muktasya lakshanam. This is the mark of jivan. Sarvatra samadarshitvam. So he looks upon everything with an equal eye of jnana. Now, this single line, Sarvatra samadarshitvam, but Acharya, it is directly, it is reflecting what Lord Krishna Paramatma said in Bhagavatpada. In the 5th chapter, you please recollect what Lord Krishna Paramatma tells Arjuna about a jnani, about a samadarshi, about a tattvadarshi, how he looks, how a jnani behaves, how a samadarshi looks upon the world. A beautiful one shloka, well establishing this fact, very well known in this Bhagavad Gita, the 5th chapter. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shunichaiva shvapakena pandita samadarshinaha. This is the shloka Lord tells, Krishna Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shunishaiva shvapakena panditaha samadarshinaha. Panditaha samadarshinaha. Lord is using the word panditaha samadarshinaha. Pandita means Buddha. That means jnanis. That means realized masters. That means Mahatmans. That means Atmajnanis. That means Brahmajnani. So, Krishna Paramatma says in Bhagavad Gita, such Panditaha Samadarshinaha. They have that equal eye. Samadarshi means what? They don't distinguish as we distinguish. A jnani looks upon the world he marvels about the creation of the world, how the different attributes, gunas behave, and how they show the qualities, good qualities and bad qualities, how the individuals are impacted by the qualities, gunas, sattva, raja, and tamo guna, how the individuals behave according to their previous vasanas carried over from the previous birth. All these things are known. Jnani knows that a person is completely controlled by his own vasanas and he is under the total spell of Maya. Accordingly, he behaves. A Jnani knows. So he is not influenced. He is not bothered about the worldly activities. The worldly people, how they behave, good people, bad people, horrible people, evil people. He observes. So Acharya, Krishna Paramatma says there, Panditaha Samadarshina. They observe everything as a manifestation of the Brahma Padartha in this created world. At the underlying base, there is only one. But the same oneness expands into this creation, into the universe, according to their prarabdha, according to the karma, they behave. So, Panditaha Samadarshinaha, same thing Acharya says here in Viveka Chudamani, Sarvatra Samadarshitvam Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam. So, with the Guru Sankalpa, we stop here today at the shloka number 432. Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Sri Rama Jaya Rama Rama Sri Rama Jaya 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 Rama Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Hari Om Tat Sat. Bhagavate Virajeshwara.